Blackthorn may be the manliest of men, but he does lack a certain tenderness.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest? From what I heard, you earned it.
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at...
Mid, you've only just come...
And? I've been thinking... Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the... But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time up. I know that I can help the people here. And...
Well. All right.
I knew you'd say, which is why I wrote up a list of jobs.
For me?
Who else? First things first, I need equipment and materials. There's the designs for the stuff I need and the stuff in. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to... Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need it.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
Sid's gonna chop off Kupka's head this time.
Yeah, you weren't like that.
You were born in Rosalith, weren't you? Must be hard, hearing what became of the place.
No, the capital's as strange to me as I am to her.
How's it coming along?
Nearly there.
Blackthorn.
What does it look like?
I have a commission. She requires... Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning? I'll see what I can do.
My thanks.
Was wondering where you'd got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores. Here's the list. Think you can find...
This lot?
Excellent.
It's paid. 100 times over by... If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us lot.
Indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it...
Thank you. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
Is it business or pleasure? Quite the opposite. Like father, like daughter. Go on then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
Clive. Summer stormed. What do you want? No scratches, all right? Should last you a good while. No scratches, all right? And
don't just stand there gawping. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I'll be thankful you got that much.
Jill looked white as a sheet.
Do with a good oil in this, could?
Should be enough to keep. How do, Matt?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop, so naturally I thought it...
Well, I'd love to help the young miss, but I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but...
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right. I'll ask Martha if she can...
Like...
Ah, Clive.
Home. Find it.
I don't mind if he don't. Rolf,
Thank you, Martha.
he went up to Cressida on business. No idea. Far as I know, he's...
I'll look from there, then.
Naught but wild beasts, this end. All their twisted talons and gruesome maws used to turn my stomach.
Come on. Time to fight.
If it ain't the lad who say...
You do, Bernard. Martha said I'm...
Oh. Building a workshop, you say? Well, and if Martha didn't mind...
Of course.
That there is Cressida, where I grew up. But I came up here hoping to visit. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beating.
It's the least. This shouldn't take long.
Titan!
Too slow.
Well done.
Nice try.
Soil and stone!
Nice try. That should do it.
Thank you, son.
How long is it since the village?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Must be nigh on a decade since the last. Oh, it may as well have been a century. Looking at the.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
All right, Clive?
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the...
That's brilliant!
Is there...
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over, so as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to it. I can't...
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Did Bernard say how long he was going to be? I mean, it's fine, but I hope he comes soon.
Ah, Clive.
Talia.
Recovering, but she...
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show...
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He must have found something.
I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to Talia's remedies. But she insists I rest. I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to Talia's remedies. But she insists...
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a curse. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. Is it...
You don't need me to answer that. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. And we must lift that burden. The operation may be dangerous.
I know. But griping about my...
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go... No one knows herb lore like Talia. And she swears by ammonia. Unfortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of...
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Fly ambrosia.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it.
You'll do fine. Talia trusts you, which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost with it.
Thank you for that. I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. One ill-conceived incision. And even success means tremendous pain. I became a physicker to help people.
Curse breakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows, risking life, and yet we never want for volunteers.
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like... I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife.
It's natural for a patient to feel like this. Thank you for helping.
Help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about? Haven't you heard? Mid's back.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team...
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers. They were moving in for their assault when the Cursebreaker managed to release the Stolas. They should be back by now, but I've heard... I can't help but...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're free. But I never really thought how my words might affect them.
I'll go and find them.
Thank you, Sid. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's area.
That should be enough to go on.
Slavers don't even... I'm glad you remember.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind...
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have...
Well, I'm here now.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the... I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state...
You made the right decision.
The goblins may...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. And please, hurry. If the beastmen...
I won't let that.
Thank you. And Sid.
Don't thank me just yet. They're trying to get into the carriage. friend. Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins...
Why should we run?
Perhaps. Freedom, safety. The life you've been
Sid.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second.
Fine.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid.
Thank you. I'll...
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. If I'd just waited. Or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the others got home safely.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking. What kind of leader sends people? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole.
We swore the same oath.
It's good to see you safe and well.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because no one with doubts ever joins our ranks.
We all know how much bravery that...
Cole, I never doubted. Thank you. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the other, but I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath.
You will.
I didn't mean to doubt my comrades, but I couldn't leave them out there either.
villains have been up to their old tricks. She had a man a Grieger. Nothing there.
Please, teach me how to fight.
Yeah!
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working, though. You were right, boy. Mistakes.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Come on. Time to fight. Nice try.
Jill looked white as a sheet.
White soldiers with their ruby stain, stick steeds fed to the fire, shall never burn away the pain, till one man tops the pyre.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you, where did you get it?
They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and...
What do you reckon, Holmes?
It's certainly Clive. I believe that Torgal may be in one of our oldest bestiaries. I found reference to a frost wolf who served as guardian to an ancient... His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frost Wolf?
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories, and one awake.
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, just when his master needed him.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal...
Quite. Though his latent birthright, as of it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get...
And regarding your original concern, why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very...
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work. Brilliant.
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and, but I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers, just you wait. I'll make one.
Then I look forward to see. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
I wish
I think I'll wait till mid's away to take a tour.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely, we have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in If only we knew for certain by what route.
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you.
What?
Word that...
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father.
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
things have been... It's just one thing after another around here.
Ah, my dear. Through the good offices of young Sir Wade, as are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed, which is why I came. To learn the...
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of...
I was.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there. There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's... And I'm afraid that is all...
A fleet sailing south past Port Isol...
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea, Coco, with...
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the... Come here and I'll show... It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluda. Now I think about it, there was something... The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if they believed, or were made.
You have a keen mind, and you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely... It may well have gone cold by now. But as they say in the Republic, all roads...
Allow me to accompany you. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to...
Very well, but be quick about it.
And how may I assist you today? We met under curious circumstances. Naturally. Still, Lord Byron Rothfield. I heard tell. Why? How may I help you today? I have the details here. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Otto, Kupka's at
You're not going in there alone?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy... I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal... You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's. All I know, we've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe...
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle?
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto.
You can count on her.
All right, Uncle.
We shall. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Faster!
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Straight home now.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
Fly, Ambrosia.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. All I see is
sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Diablo! Take him!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
It's over!
Ah!
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine. Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how rocky the road.
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters, and all under the watchful eye of Lord Kupka, who stands ready to crush any threat that might face us.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their community. I'll wager this Rosina...
That would certainly help to narrow the...
And that's exactly what I mean to...
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to. Whatever this emergency is, they've shut down the whole mine for it.
Are you looking for something in particular? An excellent choice. Pleasure trading with you. An excellent choice. Here you are. Fare you well.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer.
Anything I can help? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the... We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very...
Well, we're best known for our baths, our mark...
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't...
No.
Well...
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Rosina.
Never heard of her.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town...
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. The owner's only a young sprig. But he's...
The Briar's Kiss, you...
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a long-standing pillar of your community.
Then you should ask. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the... Try the baths. That's wait.
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this photo knows.
Sweet incense! What's wax candles?
Excuse me.
I am.
I hope so. Do you know Rosina Dalamil?
And what?
She was a close friend of mine.
Very well. Go to the bordello.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts us.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the... Stick your nose in our business.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
He wanted us to...
Though one could...
Lord Furder?
Look what the...
You're skilled with a blade. It's a fitting talent.
You know who I am. So what now?
That isn't my... Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina.
To the Lock of Leisure.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be transported.
My carpets have bright...
Is this the place?
Who was forged? Ah, so much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, sorry. Whoever this Lubor truly is,
see that he...
Ubor. Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine.
Don't tell me you're gonna...
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural, assuming he is an ally, of course.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man. But enough of the pleasantries. I want you to put an end to... Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid.
What trouble? If you're going to...
Manners, greybeard. One catches more damselfly.
What did you...
My apologies. Follow the crystal. Oh, but that was 3.
Ha! It will be easy. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this...
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me.
You've heard?
I've heard rumors.
Damn pilfering the crystals that were meant to... Us common folk have hardly had a... And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market. A deposit.
Needed to a silken softness.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that?
I'm not...
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the rock and the men...
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. No, just leave, will you? Do you think they'll be back soon?
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages.
Well, we're a stone's throw. The soldiers guarding the mother crystal and the shipments need a place. The men of the rock throw their money about like...
Is that so? I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you. What do you want?
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you? Yes.
Thank you. I'll go. Fetch him. Huh?
Will this suffice?
By the sands.
One of the many treasures in my collection.
All right. But not...
What do you do? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kook?
Bait, my boy. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course, but my uncharacteristic. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystallized sort if I proved...
So the pup...
I thought they'd ask for more. A small price to pay for it, but enough about my little act of...
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant...
I'll wager you're...
We'll meet with them then, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this... It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
Let me treat you.
I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull this nonsense.
This river runs all the way to the southern seas. They used to load the crystal onto barges.
$1,000 gil for a measly bunch of gazelle.
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Juiciest meat from green.
The most fragrant herbs.
My carpets have pride of place in castle.
run like the wind.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my...
All the silver and stone...
You brought the whole
That was the price we agreed upon.
Of course.
Not... But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road...
Because these crystals are no longer the... You're buying.
And we have no more... But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing.
Royalists? Why? To collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allied, and being such good friends. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are...
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
My lord!
Double-crossing dogs. They're not... Kill them! Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle! Good! I'm just getting warmed up! Well... That... Greybeard! You were magnificent! Such a shame you didn't have more of an...
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's... I hardly expected one so venerable to...
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the...
Well, indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against... Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't... It occurs to me that I still don't know your...
Clive.
Well, Clive. You have... To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have all... And those left behind have been encouraged to...
Thank you. And you still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust?
Oh, dear.
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord...
No.
Scuffle them!
Here. Any friend of mine who sees you with it...
Thank you.
And please, feel free to send... Tell them that Rosina Dall...
Omia lostelan. Tu isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
Is it true what I'm hearing? The rock we're carting off our crystals from...
The finest fabrics, fresh from...
Yes, they're quite soft.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't you?
The baths are, closed for scrubbing. Please bear with us a little longer.
All those years of toil.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need.
That depends on the...
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalim. I've no doubt that my woes stem from... But I can't go and investigate for fear of my custom. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not... Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of these baths are all that keep me from an ignoble... My livelihood, my
Hanging lantern. Ah, they've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
We should get going soon.
Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglect. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang.
Then allow me to share a Drake's Fang is current Dhalmekia and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, but no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report. I fear there may be more trouble lying in... If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one... I've lost one Sid already.
I don't plan on dying.
Well, so long as you have a...
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Come on, girl, the gate's open now. We can press on.
What the hell are those things?
Something awful's taken up residence in the Springs. You'll turn back if you know what's good for you.
By the flames. That explains the heat. Nice try. Out of the frying pan. It's over. Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling. Come on, girl, the gate's...
We should get going soon.
Wait, incense! What wax candle? There he is. The man who saved my business. I was hoping the baths grow more bearable by the moment.
I'm glad to hear.
Now, tell me this.
Not what I expected.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of... But I burdened you with my worries enough all... Right. It's high time I got back to work with a...
Weights and pots!
Light, meat, and dark. Fresh from the grill. Get it while it's hot.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps forge mark.
I wouldn't put it past.
Oh, sorry. I'm Sava, master, soon to be former apprentice if I don't. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's kiss can forge them. He wants me to make a carving. I don't suppose you have.
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask.
I could give you. I know how busy the Briar's kiss has been, and that Luborn.
I'd be.
So.
Good question. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be. We need information.
You're right. Now, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil. There's the butcher. Of course, they're bound to have an opinion or two about the. All right. I'll talk to every cook I can find. You.
All right.
Let's hope there's someone.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
My carpet!
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed to a silk.
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know what makes a good carving.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. No, first and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat. No, give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Silver chip won't crack, no matter how rocky the road.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Plates and pots, bowls and basins.
I'll be asking for you again.
And see that you stay a little longer next time.
Scrubbing?
It's just as well I sent you to the terraces in my stead. It sounds like I'd have been.
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
The finest fabric!
Yes, they're quite sought after. Lord Kupka has several similar pieces in his collection.
Put a knife with an edge like Odin's razor in my hand, and I'll make short work of any carcass.
Is it true what I'm hearing? That the men of the rock were carting off our Christmas?
Just look at the detail.
Fucking men of the wrong.
I need to drink. You're going to drink my
can't even fill my...
Sweet incense. What wax candle?
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
Silver platters, just like they eat off in...
Needed to a silken softness, like eating a cloud.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the breadth of the twins and
She'll
beyond.
look at you in quite a different light, I'm sure.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
You're going to drink my pockets?
I need a drink.
Yes, they're quite sought after. Lord Kupka has several...
Put a knife with an edge like Odin's razor in my hand, and I'll make short work of any carcass.
Have a taste.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter... how... rocky the road.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the Empire, they flat out refuse to
For a measly bunch of gazelle greens. Finally, we'll be able to.
You're a friend of Lubor's, aren't you? Everyone's getting their crystals now, if that's what you worry about.
What is it? Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question.
Oh. Has to be able to put up with some puppy knife snaps.
Thank you.
All business.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Plates and pots!
It would make a
My carpets have bride and
Is it true what I'm hearing? The rock are carting off our crystals for themselves?
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking...
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy, and they do...
So we're no better. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything. That can't be right. I've bandied an... No.
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But its trouble is, it's either durable, meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But a merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor. I bet she'd know a thing.
No need to ride from here. Let's go. Any luck?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like, they're just not that fine. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, but adamantite ore is unique to ash, so...
And it's beyond...
Unique to it? Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something...
What are you getting?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron, but he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's all... Folk first settled Dalamil to get at a mineral deposit, and if you know the trick, it...
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you know that...
It's hardly my speciality, but...
Looks like I've got some luck. Clive, I hate to ask...
Limestone? Fine. Besides, I want to know.
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Well, this is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
To get out of
The men of the rock were carting off our crystals for themselves.
My carpets have
The most fragrant herbs and fresh bread, warm from the... Here, have a taste.